also welcome to Gordon Guitar and to another cool song from NEFFEX called No Retreat. So it goes with this NEFFEX DNA. We have a cool chord progression with these different melodies that builds up here. One for the verses, you can say, and one for the drop or the chorus. So that's what we're gonna look at. Let's start with setting our capo here on the 2nd fret. And with that, we have the famous 4 chords, E minor, G, C, and D. And that is the reason for this capo, because we wanna build in these cool licks, melodies. And with that, we want easy chords. And that we'll get with the capo here on 2nd. So enough of that, let's go for the chords. And we have first the E minor. So that is open E, 2nd A, 2nd D, open G, open B, and open E. The next chord will be G. So that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, 3rd B, and 3rd E. C next, so that is 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, 1st B, and open E. And the final chord will be D. So that is open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E. Okay, so that will be the chord progression through the entire song, E minor, G, C, and D. So let's look at this verse play. We have this melody and we will work with the downstrokes. We'll take this to another level later with the claps, but first we need to look what notes we are aiming for when we do these downstrokes, okay? So the first part will be the E minor. So it will be, all right. So when you do the downstrokes here, you're gonna play and aim for the open B string 2 times. Then the 1st fret B string 2 times. And then you repeat that, so open B string 2 times. And 1st fret B string 2 times. So you do the downstrokes here and you are trying to land and play the B string as the last string. So try to avoid the E string, the open E string down there. Play the B as the last one. In that way you emphasize that note. So that's kind of one very important ingredient here, how you downstroke. So try to land on B string. And you don't have to go downstrokes from all the strings in the bass here. It's enough if you actually just stay around the middle strings here, the D, G, and B. The more important thing here is try to get the B string here. All right, so. All right, let's move on to the G part. Sounds like this. Same here, everything we want to aim for here is on the B string, so try to incorporate that as the last string. The melody goes 2 times on open B string, then 2 times on the 1st fret B string, then 2 times on the 3rd fret B string, and the last 2 times on the 1st fret B string. And you see here, you are not able to hold the chord as it is, the G. So what I'm doing here, I'm using my little ring finger here to get the bass from the G. And that's enough. And you have then the index finger and your little pinky. And that's how I do it to get the notes on the B string here. So that's the grip now for G. The G is more like I want to give you the basic chords that builds up this song. But practically it's hard, so just use your ring finger. That's my recommendation to get these notes you want. So that is the G part. Let's move on to the C. Now you can hold the chord as it is and you will play this part. All right, so it's a little bit longer than the other ones. So it will be to alternate here the open B string 2 times with the 1st fret B string 2 times. So you do that for 3 rounds. So open B string 2 times, first fret B string 2 times, then open 2 times, first fret 2 times, and you do it for the third time, open B string 2 times and first fret B string 2 times. So that's the C part, and now you have just the D left, and there you will just play 4 times on the second fret G string. So that means with this principle of landing on the string where the melody goes, that gives you that you're pretty much only strumming the D and G string here. So try to emphasize the second fret G string 4 times. Okay, so you actually don't need to hold the full chord, just the second fret G string. So that is the melody. So one round of it goes like this. All right. Now, if you want to add a clap to get the rhythm right, then you will play like this. So what is the formula here? You're gonna do the clap. If you think on the chords here, it's pretty much 8 downs per chord, except from the last 2 chords. I mean, the E minor and G has 8 downs to it. So you're gonna play the clap on the 3rd and the 7th down. So 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. There you go for the first clap. Then 4, 5, 6, 7. There you have the second clap. And then you fulfill it with 8. So 1, 2, clap. All right. And you play the same for G. On the 3rd and 7th down. And the same goes actually for C and D. But remember, it's not an even split there. You're gonna play 12 downs on the C and only 4 downs on D. But that doesn't matter. So you're gonna play still on the 3rd and 7th down on the C. So, and then you have still 4 more left there with C. So you're gonna just start again from the beginning to count on 1, 2, 3 on C. Clap there, and then 4, 5, 6, 7 on D. So, all right. So if that makes sense, you just play the 3rd and 7th on C, and then you just start to count from beginning to end, even if you are still in C. 1, 2, 3, and then continue for as the last C, and then you go into the D with 5, 6, 7, and you finish off with the last 8 there down there. So that is how you're gonna count up to 8 for each and every chord if you think pair of chord here, okay? So that is how you handle the verse play with the claps. Now let's go over to the next part, and before we do that, I'm just gonna mention that the verse here consists of 6 rounds of this melody before we hit this drop, okay? And it's right after in the lyrics, ones who don't retreat. So after that, there in the lyrics, you're gonna play the drop. Now, the drop is of course based upon the same chords, E minor, G, C, and D. So it will be like this, just a melody. So that makes the melody is played in the same way for the first 3 chords. That means E minor, G, and C. So we're gonna look at that first. It's the open B string, and then 2 times on that one. and then 2 times on the 3rd fret B string. And after that you have a short break, okay? So you play this part first. And the break will be kind of as if you just skipped one note. So you can count to 6, and then it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, 5, 6. Okay, so or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the pause, and then 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's how you make the pause there. It is like if you just skip the number 5 if you count to 8. All right, so again, to repeat this one, 2 times on the open B string, and then 2 times on the 3rd fret B string, and then comes the pause, the 5, and then 6, 7, 8 will be, that is 1st fret B string 2 times, 6, 7, and then you have the open B. That's the last 8. So that you will play for E minor, G, and C. So on the G, there's one note that differs from the other chords, and that is the first one. When you play the 1st fret B string, the first one of them, you're gonna play 2. But the first one of them, instead of playing the 1st fret B string there, you're gonna play the 2nd G string. And then you just play everything else the same. So that's only played for G. It's like this. Okay, so the E minor will play in the original way, and then we have the G with one note that is different, and then you play C in the same way as you play E minor. So you can say that those 3 chords are pretty much the same. And if you miss this note, this only notes that differs the G from the other chords, it doesn't matter. You can play actually in the same way for all 3 chords, but if you just want to be like exact and specific about it, then play the 2nd fret G string instead of the 1st fret B string. All right, so that's the first 3 chords, and then you're gonna continue with C. It's the same, pretty much the same pattern as in the verse. It's a half part longer than on chords. So you're just gonna continue after you finish off the C there. You're just gonna continue with a half round of C, which is this part. So you just repeat the first half again, still on the C, and then you just switch to D and play the 2nd fret G string. It follows pretty much the verse play there. So one full round of this chord progression will be like this. So there you have it, and now we can take this to this next level with the clap, okay? But before that, I'm just gonna show you how to do it with downstroke, or how it sounds. It's pretty much the same, so it would sound like this. So with the clap, you're gonna follow the same pattern as we did in the verse. You're gonna think the clap on 3rd and on the 7th down. So that's the pattern now in the G. So it's pretty much it when it comes to this song. You're gonna play this drop for 2 rounds, and then everything else will be repetition. You go back to this melody which you are playing in the verse, play for another 6 rounds, and then you play the drop for another 2 rounds. So everything else is repetition there from this half Parthenon. So that pretty much covers NEFFEX cool song called No Retreat. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope this helped. That's my mission, and if I did success with that, then I'm happy. So till next time, play tuned.